So here's something that's interesting. This Kizer, the KUH, KUH, KUH. And so 154 cm, this is in the Vanguard series, it's 3.2 inch blade, okay, like 7.5 inches overall length. Strange looking knife in a way, and in a way, you know, kind of very simplistic and easy because it's just like a rectangle. Boom, just like this. It's, you know, and check out this liner, you know, goes beyond the scale because this liner here is now open for lanyard business, right? You throw you a lanyard through there or whatever, you know? And also I was thinking that this would also be something you could use for striking maybe as well. So I don't know if this would break the glass on the window, if it's not, you know, it needs to come to a point or whatever to be able to do that. But other types of things where you're trying to just, you know, hammer something in to do something, that'd be pretty sturdy and that'd probably get her done. It's an open design. You got a standoff there. And of course, pocket clip can go right or left hand. They got a little, you know, cover plate for there. It's kind of interesting because I'm sure this is going to vary from knife to knife, but take a look at the scale on the front. Look at how dark it is. Now flip it over. It's light here and a little bit, you know, dark, but this is micarta. This is what black micarta does. This is what micarta does. Unless you put that compound on it and you buff it and you kind of, you know, seal it in that way. But that's not what this is. This is kind of that open natural. It's got some texture to it, so you can, you know, do that. Although if you wanted to really darken it down, you could just dump the scales in or the whole damn knife in some like food grade mineral oil and let it soak that thing and it would darken down. This will darken down with time anyhow with skin oils, etc. But whatever, you know, I mean, I think a lot of guys just like it for the weathered look and feel anyhow, and it's not a big deal. Okay. I mean, it's kind of a fabric type thing, right? This is a button lock, and then you got like a front flipper, right? And then you got a top flipper as well, and it's a button lock. And then you've got ambidextrous thumb studs, so you can kick this thing open however you want. And there's there's this. And I'm not a big front flipper kind of guy necessarily. I think it's more attractive and appropriate on some knives than it is on others. So no, I mean, this thing, as far as I'm concerned, probably I would reverse flick it because it seems like that's pretty damn easy, and or thumb flick it or just top flipper, you know. And if I just hold the button down, it actually closes all the way, just like that, okay? Now I got some on this one. You hear that? Yeah, I got some hellacious button stick on here. And I think in time that will wear in, you know what I mean? Because I think things like that do wear in. I've seen it kind of come and go on button lock knives before. So I think over time this will kind of work its way out. And of course, the more aggressively you flip this open, the harder it sticks, okay? So if you're a little bit less aggressive, yeah, it's not going to have as much button stick. So, and this is, you know, unusual because like I've got the Kizer Assassin and this, no button stick at all. They do this and they don't do this, you know what I'm saying? So I guess it varies. It's not like Kizer can't do it. It's just, and then they had a button lock, you know, Baglider XL, blah, 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 all this kind of shit too. And then even the mini sheepdog thing, that kind of thing. And I think the sheepdog XL or full-size sheepdog in a button lock. So they're doing a lot of that. But I don't know, they were calling this like the gent, you know, like this is the gent knife, the ultimate gent knife. And I'm going, you know, I don't know. I mean, it's not a really tiny knife. And so, but here's, oh, by the way, here's the guys, Bryce Markle, Amaral, and Roman Worthy are the conspirators on this one. And so here's your model number, and this is the only the only variant. I mean, this is it, okay, if you want to get one. There's no other colors available that I could see. So flipper, front flipper, drop point blade, 3.2 inch, blade, and then, micarta, etc., 3 ounces, that kind of thing. So, I mean, it's, obviously it's not a very expensive. Did I ever give you the price on that? But, it's not very expensive at all. Okay. So. But you can check it out. I'll give you the link to the Kizer website. And also, since I do have a, LTK discount code for White Mountain Knives, if it's on there, you can get 10% off as well. So you could look at it from that direction as well. And let's see. Okay. I'd say it's a good edge on it from the factory. I mean, not scary sharp, but it's good. It's pretty damn good. And let me see what we got for, blade thickness. Probably what? 2 point something. There you go. 2.6 at 0.10. Okay. And then thick on the handle, 0.47, so 11.8 millimeters. Okay, so no, this is pretty slender in the pocket. The blade stock is fairly slender, and you know what? It's definitely of the smaller style knives. It's definitely full size because it's well over a 3-inch blade. It's 3.2 easily, right? At about, 81 millimeters, something like that, and then 7.5 out to that lanyard, top of the lanyard area at 19 centimeters, okay? So I saw somebody, they were saying, well, I'm just going to cut that off. I guess you could if you wanted to. No reason really why you couldn't. And I don't see a reason why I would necessarily want to, although I'm not really doing a lot of lanyards these days. But I just think it might come in handy as, something I could hit something if I needed to tap something into place or do something. I could do that, and that would be all right. But I do like the pocket clip, the way they got it set up. It comes up, it flattens out here. It goes in and out of the pocket nicely, and you got the tapered screws to where they're flat. They don't stick up above grade, and so that's nice. And you got this little plate, and who cares? You're not worried about the look so much. This is not a showcase piece. This is a carry user. But the blade shape is nice, right? They're like a spear point type of blade. And, well, let me put it on the scale, because they were saying, 3 ounces? Well, 86.5 grams. It's not very heavy. So, especially for a 7.5 inch overall knife. Okay, 3 ounces, they're right. Okay. So they got their specs right, okay, and it's a button lock. And so, yeah, it's solid. I mean, it's not moving around on me. I'm not having problems with that. Drops in, blade disappears. So, I mean, the design flow is nice. And, I mean, do we need this plus this? You know what? Maybe okay, because you're trying to make this perfect rectangle, right? So if you left this off, it would kind of make it a little lopsided, I guess. Although, I can think of, what was the Spyderco knife now that's coming into my head that has this kind of setup, right? And it doesn't have this, it just has the top flipper. But, yeah, this is good, although, You know, this does put me back, and here it's not real easy to get all the fingers on. So it makes me want to think about getting right up in here and this up here, but this choil is not really giving me a full, opening there either. So you need to be somewhat careful, unless you're just going to do some other grip on your knife, because you're going to go, okay, I got to get the label off of this box, or I got to do for shipping or whatever. So, I mean, it's not like you're always holding your knife like this. Now, if you're taking down cardboard boxes, you probably are, and it's probably still going to be okay to sit back here and cut. Okay. Pocket clip. I'm not really feeling it. But you get more sensitive toward pocket clips for extended cutting adventures. So it's not something you're going to feel right away. All of a sudden, it's kind of like you get into your vehicle, you start driving, it feels comfortable. After 200 or 300 miles, it's not as comfortable. So yeah, I mean, there's always that, because it is a pocket clip and it sits above grade, etc. But these usually fold into little areas somewhere where it kind of comes to rest and seems like it's okay for comfort purposes, for the kind of cutting tasks that I'm into. So, okay, we're good, But yeah, still got some button stick on there, but it comes and it goes. I imagine this will probably go on its way. And ceramic bearings on the pivot, all that kind of thing, drops pretty nicely. And look at the action there, okay? Kizer's really got it going as far as making their knives really drop shutty. There's no question about it. This is, they kind of got that thing going these last couple of years. I don't know, but it seems like there's just that extra drop shutty nature to them as of late. So this one, yeah, you may like it. You may not. I don't know. When I first saw it, it looks longer than it really is in a way. And it is very simple looking, but it's very straightforward. And I think it'd be very utilitarian oriented, very easy to use in that respect. So this may be something you might want to check out. Take care. Oh, got the links and stuff like that below. And remember, we do love them knives, so you guys stay sharp.